real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Karen Davis was an apartment manager, and the defendant was the maintenance man. And she says at one point the defendant confessed that he cared about her. However, she's suing him today for a loan. Defendant Lance Kalua admits that he and Karen had sex, and ever since then, Karen has been harassing him. Lance claims after he started dating his current fiancée, Karen wrongfully terminated him, so he's countersuing.
Start with you.
This man lied to me, he manipulated me, he used me, he pretended to be somebody that he's not. We met in March of 2010. I worked an apartment manager and he was the maintenance guy. We moved to a separate apartment building and we started on another one. During that time, we became friends along with coworkers. And during that time in November, he needed to borrow money for his truck, so it wasn't repossessed. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I loaned it to him.
How much?
$2,050.
Okay. All right. And obviously he hasn't paid anything. When was he to return it?
He was supposed to return it with his tax return of 2000.
That's what you get for not watching. If you watch my show, you know that whenever someone tells you they're going to repay you with a tax return, that's as good as saying I'm not repaying you.
Yep. The state took it from him.
Of course. Let me guess. Child support.
Exactly.
It's good. I owed the state taxes, or I owed the state child support, whatever the case, you know, but it's usually, with men, it's usually, they took it because I owed child support. All right, and what has happened since that time in terms of you requesting your money?
I wrote him a letter. I asked him several times. I've texted him, and I have texts from as late as...
What does he say when you ask?
He says, a couple of times it's, I'm doing a job, I'll have your money. I'll give it to you the next tax time was the last one. I'll be giving you a payment soon, and soon never comes.
Sir?
I was working for the plaintiff, but the reason why we're here, Your Honor, I feel is that I was harassed and wrongfully terminated. I did work for Mrs. Davis. I was her employee, and...
When did you borrow the money?
The time that she said was...
November 10th?
November 10th.
When will you return it? Let's get there, and then you can talk about your counterclaim of wrongful termination and harassment.
There was no agreement. I told her I would pay her back, and child support did intercept at DCSS
You told her you'd pay her back
when? We didn't discuss that after that. We spoke about it. We spoke about it in the office after she lent me the money, and I didn't know that I wasn't going to get my tax return back.
What does your tax return have to do with it unless you told her, I will pay you when I get my taxes? Did you tell her that?
Yes, I did.
Well, then that is the due date. So, your income tax came and child support took it, so you breached your agreement to repay at the time that you said you would. What has happened since that time?
I haven't been able to pay her back because I was terminated from my position.
When were you terminated?
I was terminated on June the 22nd.
Of what year?
Of 2011.
Okay.
So I was working...
Hold on, sir. She didn't terminate you until 8 months later. How much did you pay during that 8 months?
Nothing,
What's your excuse for that?
I didn't pay, Your Honor.
What's your excuse?
Don't have an excuse, Your Honor.
Okay, right. All right. Your counterclaim for harassment and wrongful termination is for what?
My harassment charges, Your Honor, we're here is because I feel that she started harassing me because we ended up, we shouldn't have, but we slept together during our time of employment together.
When?
That was during the year of 2010, Your Honor, and actually after I started dating my fiance now, the harassment got even worse. She actually started harassing my fiance, having her car towed. She also had the police...
You were lovers how often? Once or regularly?
Once. We shouldn't have, but we slept together during our time of employment together.
When?
That was during the year of 2010, Your Honor, and actually after I started dating my fiance now, the harassment got even worse.
Plaintiff Karen Davis is suing her former employee, who claims after he had sex with Karen, she started harassing him. and then she wrongfully terminated him.
You were lovers once in 2010.
Yes.
All right. And then when did she begin harassing you?
It was just a harassment of me seeing another woman.
Right. How? What did she do?
Just harassment of not me doing my job properly.
Did she mention anything relating to you being her lover? Anything relating to you dating her, having sex with her?
No, she didn't. Well, she had pulled me into the office, Your Honor, and was talking about my work ethics going around to other contractors, asking if I should be fired and terminated from my position. She also asked, you know, I don't care who you see, it's none of my business. So why would that have anything to do with my work ethics when she pulled me
Because
into
you
the
might
office?
think just like you're thinking now, just like you're telling me, because you were lovers, she was harassing you later.
I do
Your
believe
Honor,
that.
I've got proof
That what?
that one time doesn't mean anything, but I've got proof that he cared about me. This is a Valentine's card from this last February.
You can go to talking about this if you want to.
A year ago February. I mean, come on.
Let's see it. You want to acknowledge now that you all had a relationship, not just a one-night fling.
Well, no, that's all. That wasn't
Madam
anything.
Boss, want to acknowledge, Madam Boss, that you had a relationship with your employee. And now that employee says he was fired because that relationship ended. You've acknowledged that you had one. Ain't no. You just handed me a card. So tell her
he's right
thank
about
you.
one time.
Tell her thank you.
Thank you.
Just for you on Valentine's Day. Some love to shop and could live at the mall. Some prefer sports and would rather play ball. Some like to read and spend hours with books. Some spice things up and make excellent cooks. Some dance around doing jazz or ballet. Some sit and draw and create things all day. But whatever it is that you like to do, you'll always be loved for just being you. Thank you. This is handwritten. Thank you for all you do for me. I hope you have a great day. Sounds like more than a one-night fling to me.
Your Honor, I just gave it to her because we worked together for so long. I gave her a Valentine's card that, you know.
No relationship.
There was no relationship.
No relationship.
I made it to her say that
Yes,
there was.
Good enough. All right. Let's go. Let's go, sir. Now, she told you what regarding firing you?
She just handed me a letter saying that, you know.
Good
I'm
enough.
sorry.
She never made reference to being with you, never made reference to any romance.
No.
Good enough. That sexual harassment is out of the way. Now, wrongful termination. How did she wrongfully terminate you?
I feel that she was wrongfully terminating me for her emotions and putting
We
her
just
emotions
said that's
in.
out of the way. Remember, you the one that said it had nothing to do with it.
She went around to my coworkers asking me about my ethics of work. I was helping the other crew when the new
So she
owner
fired
came.
you regarding your work ethic?
Yes. And I had
Well,
no
then
problem.
how is that wrongful termination?
I worked for the woman for a year and a half, and there was no problems with my work.
And you had a contract?
I was working with the owner of the property.
Did you have a contract?
He just hired me as his independent contractor.
And if you don't have a contract or some type of union agreement, a person can fire you at any time, at will, it's called. You work at will. They don't even have to give you an excuse. They're going to say, I don't want you around no more. Don't come here. Nothing you can do. Unless they violated the law by terminating you. Sexual harassment, which you say never happened, is illegal. Couldn't have fired you if she was sexually harassing you. Then you would have a claim for wrongful termination. If she made statements about race, if she made statements about your gender or your sexual preference, if she made reference about your religion, all of those things are wrongful termination. What did you say, ma'am?
I have several witness statements that are highlighted that have his work ethics when he first started and when he first ended, and then when he was terminated. And I have a letter that he signed about a month before he was terminated stating what he was supposed to be doing, and he wasn't following them. And then I have...
Let's see that letter. No, I need to see the letter he signed. This is to inform you of a few things that need to change for your employment to continue. And you sign it, acknowledging that you needed to change these things.
I didn't see a problem in all the things I needed to change, Your Honor.
Why did you sign this saying that you did?
Because I was working for her.
Okay, good enough.
Plaintiff Karen Davis is suing her former employee, who claims after he had sex with Karen, she started harassing him, and then she wrongfully terminated him.
And you sign it, acknowledging that you needed to change these things.
I didn't see a problem in all the things I needed to change, Your Honor.
And why did you sign this saying that you did?
Because I was working for her.
Okay, good enough. And now you're not, and now you have no counterclaim for her firing you. She dismissed you 4 calls. I tried to give you sexual harassment. The woman said, here's the card. We were in a relationship. You said, no relationship. Didn't have anything to do with it. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day. Your case is dismissed.
Well, at least it's done and I'll get my money.
Yep, it's
but
done.
you know what?
I'm good.
You keep lying and everybody knows
I'm
it.
lying.
It just doesn't work.
Everybody else knows what the truth is,
Everyone
too.
knows what the truth
Yep.
is. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, the truth is that you know what the truth is.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And God
You're the
knows,
one,
remember
yeah,
that.
Whatever. Don't use God as
Oh,
your
why? That was
stepping stone.
your point with me.
Whatever.
Christian man, do
Yeah.
his word.
Yeah, you're the one.
Didn't go with his
you're
word.
the one that's
Didn't go with his word.
Is going against it. So we all know the truth.
I do. Thanks.
Yep.